Hello, Man of the Mayhem here, and today we are looking at a Christmas gift that my good friend Cal sent me from Valitech Customs. So Cal, being the crazy person that he is, has got me a Hack5 Wi-Fi Pineapple Pager and also one of his patented pointers, especially for me, in my classic colour of purple. So if you don't already follow Valitech Solutions, please go and drop Cal a subscribe. He's doing absolutely amazing. He's really working hard with the community and doing lots of different projects and helping lots of different people out with different things. So if you're not subscribed, go and get subscribed and get to know him. He's a fantastic guy. And Cal, thank you so much for this. Love you, Habibi. Right, so here we have it, the Wi-Fi Pineapple Pager by Hack5. Let's have a quick look at the box first. So, powered by DuckyScript. Need to make sure we go to the website over here at hack5.org pager setup to get it all set up. A lot of information on the side of this box here about battery safety and the batteries that are in there. Barcode here telling us it's the black one. Back of the box here saying that it's got the standards that support Bluetooth 5.2, IEEE 802.11a/b/g/n/ac/ax. There's 2.4, 5 GHz and 6 GHz. It's got Ethernet over USB. It's got USB 2 host port. It's got a wireless access point in there as well. And it's got a 200 mAh rechargeable battery, which charges via USB-C at 5 volts, 2 amps DC. We've also got the size of the actual device itself here as well, and some nice little pictures. Warning here about it's not a toy, it is actually a real thing. Here's some more information here as well about other certifications they've had to go through and get as well. So let's get it open. Front of the box here, charge before first use. I've already done that, I've had a sneak peek in here. Hold the power button for 5 seconds to turn it on. Here's the documentation and join the Discord as well. Here's inside the box. There's our pager ready and raring to go. Let's just pop that to one side. We've then got the USB-C to USB-A charging cable. And then in here, right at the bottom, we have got a QR code, and this QR code goes to a web page with a picture of a cat. I think it's from an old challenge that was running. I'm quite intrigued to see if this becomes something a bit later. And then a set of sneaky eyes in this bottom corner as well. And that is everything for the box. So one thing I've heard a lot about this pager is it takes a while for its first boot. So what we're going to do is we're going to time that coming on as we do it now. So let's hold the button for 5 seconds. And start our stopwatch now. And we'll see how long it takes to do our first initial boot. So there you go, it's taken about 3 minutes and 14 seconds to actually get fully booted up. That's the first initial dry start. So this has never been booted before, first time doing it, so fingers crossed that boot time does get a bit better further down the line. So as for the device itself, we have got our select button, our back button, back, forwards, up, down for navigation. We've got an air vent hole. We have got a lovely little charm hole as well, or maybe for a wristband. Another air vent, power button, USB-A, USB-C, which also acts as our USB-C to Ethernet adapter. 2 more vent holes as well on the bottom there as well. On the back, we've got our clip for our belt. And then underneath that, we have got our battery bay. And inside the battery bay is the battery, which has got a nice connector down here and a couple of screws for taking the back cover off. I have had some of my friends take the actual back cover off and look inside the device itself. They have said to me that the clips that hold the case together are quite thin, so be careful when dismantling it any further than this. But I do love the addition of being able to actually remove the battery and replace it in case you end up using it a lot and doing a lot of war driving and reconnaissance with it. I also really enjoy the fact that they've put in this lovely recess for the cable to run through as well. So let's get that all back together. There are also already some accessories for this particular slot to be able to make a stand for your pager as well, and I'm under the impression that a lot more people will be making things to then actually put in this slot as well. But as far as the belt clip goes, works absolutely brilliantly. Hack5 is selling their documentation not to block these vents, so do not leave this running in a backpack or a pocket. It needs that ventilation, otherwise it will get too hot. So let's speed run through the initial setup here. So we've got welcome to the Wi-Fi Pineapple Pager. We've got our notice about the firmware and how to get more. We've got our notice about the charging. So we've got set our pin code, so let's set that now. So that's our pin code set. We've now got our password that we need to set. That's our password set. Now going to set our time zone for the UK. Super duper. Accept the licenses, and then we are now going to continue to dashboard. So the services are now starting. Nice little jingle. It says, welcome to version 1.0.3. New features and improvements are underway, and our early use and feedback will directly influence the product during the community at Hack5 Pager, Hack5. Smashing. Right, there we are. So we are in. So it's used about 4% of the battery getting it set up. And as you can see here, we've got our alerts, we've got payloads, we've got recon, we've got PineAP, and then we've got our settings. All looking very crisp, all looking very nice. So the next thing we're going to do is do a firmware. So we're going to update our firmware in a slightly different way from what I've seen before. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to settings, we're going to come down to network, we're going to come into our set by client mode, we're going to put our network name, encryption type and passphrase in. Once we've done that, we're going to come to client mode and click connect. I'm not going to show you those settings because, well, they're mine and you don't need them. Once we've done that, we are going to then come down to updates, check for updates, and fingers crossed it should now connect to our network and be able to pull down the latest firmware. There we go, there is our latest firmware. And before we actually set this off downloading, what we're going to do again is reset our timer, and we're going to see how long this takes. So on your marks, get set, go. So that's 1 minute and 6 seconds for the actual download. It's now going to validate that download. Now got the firmware installed, we're now going to actually make sure we're plugged into power. It's going to ask us if we want to do a factory reset as part of it, and we're going to set it off now. So it's rebooted just under 6 minutes, and it's now just reinitializing. So that brings us back at 13 minutes and 15 seconds for the whole thing to be done. What I will say is that once you have done that update, you will have to actually reset all of your passwords, your usernames, and all that sort of jazz as well. So now we're running the correct and present firmware. Let's try and do a comparison of our boot time. So we did our initial boot that was for an initial start. Now we can do a boot time to see what the actual day-to-day is going to look like. So let's get that going. There you go. So it looks like just under 3.5 minutes from basic start. So let's do a quick overview of the firmware as it stands currently. So as you can see here, we've got the time, we've got the battery, we've got the vibrate, brightness and the volume. Here we have the alerts, so in here you can see we've got Evil AP auth capture, we've got DAuth flood detector, we've got new client connected, and we've got handshake capture. We've then got our payloads. Inside our payloads, I've downloaded the ones from the GitHub to go have a play with. I've not played with these much yet, but I'll be doing a video soon of how to upload them onto your device. We've then got recon. Recon shows you all the packets currently in the air as we speak. We've also got the new devices that are currently in the area. We've got new access points in the area, and we've got new clients in the area. The next menu shows a list of all the SSIDs that are currently in range, but I'm not going to put that on screen because that will dox me. We've then got PineAP. This lets us set up our Pine access point, our open access point, our Evil portal, our SSID pool, filters, and then we also have a list of clients as well. And our last menu is settings. Inside settings, we've got general, display, ringtones, network, system, clock, GPS, updates, help, and about. So that's about it for this one. This is just meant to be an additional unboxing and a couple of timekeeping things to see how things are actually going at the moment. Hopefully as the firmware progresses, those boot times will speed up a little bit. But so far, so good. Really liking this pager. Some more videos to come. I have ordered a GPS unit. I've not gone for the official one. I've gone for a third-party one just because I want to see what we can do Really looking forward to taking this out and being a war driver. I'm going to also do some videos on how to upload the different payloads and alerts onto this device. Hopefully we'll do some custom ringtones. I'm really feeling Linkin Park in the end, just like when I was a kid on my phone. And yeah, so a lot of interesting things to come. So once again, thank you, Cal, for sending me this. You're a legend. Hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. Thanks for watching. Happy hacking. Catch you next time.